Welcome back from the ad break, and let's wrap up our lesson. So, if you remember, in our lesson, we were focusing on two aspects, and that is the product of two binomials and the square of binomials. We looked at some keywords that we were working on in the language that we were using, that is binomials. And if you remember, a binomial is an expression with two terms and non-negative exponents of the variables or variable. For example, 3x squared plus 4. And then we also were speaking about squaring, and to square is to multiply a number or a polynomial by itself once. An example of this is 4x squared means 4x multiplied by 4x. So those are the keywords that we were using throughout these lessons. Then common errors or things that you need to keep in mind when you are working with either the product of two binomials or squaring binomials. The first point there says, when we multiply a binomial with a binomial, we need to make sure that each term in one binomial multiplies with each term in the second binomial. Now, if you remember correctly, we were using that FOIL method where we said the first ones, the outer ones, the inner ones, and the last ones. So that's the method that we were using. Then we have the second point, which says there, when we square a binomial, we need to write, and that is an error, we need to write out the binomial twice, since squaring any polynomial means that the polynomial is multiplied by itself once, right? So remember, when we have a binomial that is squared, or even a monomial, or even a polynomial. But this lesson was focusing on a binomial. So if we have a binomial that is squared, then we need to write it out twice. Write it out twice. Because that's what squaring means. It means that the binomial will be multiplied by itself once. So let's end the lesson with a nice challenge. Now remember, throughout the lesson, we were busy with multiplying two binomials or with squaring binomials, which is also the product of two binomials. Now look at this nice challenge. Simplify the following algebraic expression. I have there in brackets x minus 5, and then that whole expression is cubed. So it's no longer squared, it's cubed. Do you think you can manage that challenge? I think you can. This was a wonderful lesson. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.